Welcome back to Living Healthy. My guest in Getting Inspired today is Abid Virani, the CEO and co-founder of Student Reach International. That's awesome. And he's one of the Canadian top 20 under 20 recipients as well. That was as of 2010?
Yes, that was of this past year, yeah.
That's awesome. And of course, a student in education and most of all, a student of life. Welcome to the show.
Most certainly a student of life, I'd say, yes.
That's awesome. And one of the key things we wanted to look at today was in a situation like yourself, as busy as you are and the purpose of your life, it's staying healthy and maintaining that energy day to day. I wanted to get a little bit of background as to share your story and how you do it.
Sure. Well, a big part of it is energy, you know. And when I was younger and first got inspired to start contributing to initiatives around the world, I'll be honest, the energy was negative. And over time, it's taken a lot of work to turn that energy into something positive. And I think it's something probably every student has to go through when it's chasing after what they're passionate about, whether it's the hard classes like chemistry and calculus that they're trying to get through, or even if it's, you know, getting better at karate or soccer or any sport.
Right.
In any case, when you're striving after something, the energy you walk into it with, the attitude you walk into it with is so important. And how much you can actually exert out of your physical body is fully dependent on how much energy and positive energy you have in your mental state of thinking.
That's right. And so much of it comes to that energy of purpose, isn't it? The higher your purpose. Certainly.
I think, you know, a quote that I'm always inspired by was Thomas Byron, who said, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And,
awesome.
You know, part of being healthy, I think, you know, in my 20 years that I can speak of, I think part of being healthy is knowing that whatever you're working on has a purpose and being happy with what that is. And
that's right.
Being content with what you're going to exert out of yourself. And like I said, connecting your mind and body and being able to work in cohesion. It's so important that, you know, being healthy is the only way you're ever really going to be able to achieve the goals and things that you set for yourself.
It's a foundation, isn't it?
It really
for you
is.
to be in an optimal mental and emotional state, living your true purpose day to day, you need that fundamental core of physiological health.
Yeah.
You know, eating the right foods, getting sleep, drinking lots of water, exercising.
Yeah,
all those things are key, aren't they?
I think it's also important to realize that your health isn't fully upon yourself. You know, your health is totally a representation of the people you have around you as well.
That's right.
You know, it was just before Christmas when I had my brother, my mom, and my dad sit me down and tell me, you know, we don't think you're so healthy right now. You seem to be putting out too much energy and you're not resting enough and you're going to burn out. And a big part of that entire process, which every student goes through, is just knowing how much can you do.
That's right.
And what are you happy with? You know, are you happy with burning out once every few months, or are you better off consistently being able to put out the same amount of effort and attitude and keep up with it, but perhaps lessen it? And I think all that comes into play, you know, who's around you, what energy is around you, as well as what are you putting out to the world.
That's right. And you're hitting on something huge here, Abid, that you've explained to me how important your family is to keep your energy up. And I'm sure it goes both ways, that your energy is going to be evolved to your family as well. So would you agree that that's been a very important part of your success so far?
You know what, I would go further, and I would say my success is fully dependent on that energy that I get from my family, because the reality is when you want to do something, when you're excited to do something, and when you're trying to strive after something, your support systems are the ones that tell you yes or no, you can or cannot do something.
That's right.
And it's wonderful when the people around you are willing to say, you can do something, even if in their head they're like, oh boy, I'm a little worried about that.
That's right.
Having people that are willing to also push you and give you the positive energy when you need it is so important. And it extends much further than just family. You know, your friend group is 100% part of your family.
Well, and something that you've certainly put yourself around, I like to call it the Eagles. You hit it on the head, that your attitude and your positivity is going to be very dependent on the people that you're around day to day. And one thing I was taught was, if you want to fly with the Eagles, you got to hang around with the Eagles.
Yeah,
if you want to cluck with the turkeys, well, you hang around with the turkeys.
Yeah.
So you're going to become what you hang around with and those that hang around with you, right?
It's incredible. My father at a very young age told me, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself this is going to be a good day, and then start your day. And you know, I've very recently gone through a variety of routines, and just a couple days ago I had a really bad day. I wasn't in a good mindset. I had a negative energy going towards everything around me. And I was talking to my brother. Yeah, and I was talking to my brother, and I told him, I know exactly why. And I said, the one thing was I had nothing to look forward to today. And the other thing was that I wasn't around anybody. I was on my own all day.
Gotcha.
And so I've changed that routine. And now every night before I go to bed, I have a routine of I have to laugh. So I go on YouTube and I will sit there for hours until I laugh out loud. And then I'm ready to go to bed. And before I go to bed, the last thing I make sure to think about is what am I looking forward to the next day? That
Awesome.
keeps my energy up. And it spins off other people and other people's energies. And it creates a great unison of that.
That's a beautiful thing. And this is very powerful information to share with the audience, especially for younger people in your age group that they need that direction, and also for parents and family members and friends that to understand how important it is as far as that whole meshing of family values and be encouraging.
Mm-hmm. And you know, for my parents, I assure you, I've put them through nightmares of having to worry about me. You know, at the age of 16, I had them sign $15,000 worth of contracts for idea that we had just thought of and really didn't have a plan yet.
They trusted you though, eh?
Trust is perhaps the biggest creator of energy, actually. You know, trust and faith and responsibility. I mean, when a parent says to their son or daughter, I believe you can do this, even if you actually don't. Just by saying that, it's called the Hawthorne theory, where you're creating an energy where that person now has the motivation and the responsibility to live up to that. And it's incredible what you can create when you put trust and responsibility in somebody younger. I think that's a great lesson that I think my parents are continuing to learn and that I'm continuing to learn, but it's something hopefully that, you know, the viewers today can pay it forward to their own students and to their own children.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Abid.
You're welcome.
Some wonderful information here today. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you.